Hello everyone, Mark Houlihan here from Mustang Monthly Magazine, and we're ready to kick off week 2 of our RS4 Sport3 Creator Edition build-off with HPI Racing. Now, HPI Racing sent out 5 of these kits to various RC influencers and fans, including myself. And in week 1, we kind of gave an unboxing of the chassis and an overview of what we're going to be building. We didn't want to give away all the secrets yet, so obviously we're building a Mustang, but you know, baby steps here. So week 2, we're going to be introducing you to our electronics package and the few pieces that have to go on the model to assemble it. So for our electronics, we have here our motor, speed control, steering servo, and our radio receiver. These 4 items will be what we will install in the chassis in our week 2 video here just in a little bit. So the motor, it's a MMH 4000 Flux. It's HPI's Flux series, which is their brushless series of electronics. It's an 1/8 inch stainless steel shaft, and it'll make a lot of power. That's all you need to know. We have here the speed control. Speed control is the brains for the car. You have the connection for the motor, connection for the battery, an on-off switch, and this small connection here is what goes to the radio receiver. So the radio receiver has your acceleration and braking and also connects your steering servo. And the steering servo, of course, makes the car go left and right. These 4 pieces will get introduced to our chassis here in just a second in our video. But once we get these 4 pieces in the car and these small pieces here from the kit, basically the car will be ready for wheels and tires and a body. So coming up week 3 will be our Mustang body and our wheels and tires, and maybe we'll give you just a little sneak peek of what's to come at the end of this video. So keep on watching. We're going to go grab some wrenches and start putting this baby together. And there you have it. That is an assembled chassis. So we have our front bumper, just a couple of screws, and we have our front and rear body posts installed. Those just took a couple of body clips. We will leave these at full height for now, just because we don't know exactly where the body is going to lay on the post to look good. So these may get adjusted, or the fronts might get trimmed down with a razor knife, but we'll deal with that later when we put the body on. For now, we're going to move on to the steering servo saver, which is an assembly that goes on the front of the steering servo. So when you inevitably bump into a curb or do something, it doesn't damage the steering servo. It's got a cam with a spring, and it acts as a function like this that keeps the insides, the gears inside the steering servo from being damaged. So it's a nice little safety feature. Pretty much all RC cars have them. We're going to assemble ours right now, put it on the servo, and then mount the servo in the chassis. So let's keep moving forward. All right, so that's everything on our steering servo. It's installed, all connected, ready to go. We'll have to wire it to the rest of our electronics here shortly. So moving on, time to install the motor. Once you have the motor secured, you can adjust the gear mesh with a really cool old school trick of simply using a piece of notebook paper. Cut a strip of paper, put it between the gears, slide the motor in place until the paper is pushed into the teeth of the gears, then secure your motor mount clamp. You pull the piece of paper out, and you got a perfect gear mesh every time. Now all we have to do is put our gear cover back on and our screw, and we can move on to the rest of the build. Okay, so we've pretty much wrapped up all of the wiring for the project Mustang here. Our radio receiver, our motor, and our speed control are all wired, plugged in. We added a Max Amps 2S lithium polymer or LiPo battery to the chassis so we could go through all the programming steps and follow the beeps and prompts in the instruction manual. So we think we got it right. We're going to give it a quick test right now. So here's our radio. Always remember, radio on first and off last. So in this case, radio's on, we got our LED. Now we turn on the car. Our steering centers, our little cooling fan comes on. We have the light on top of the receiver. So first things first, we always check steering. Let me bring this up here where you can see it. So it steers fine. We'll give it a little gas. Okay, reverse. Everything's working well. So remember, radio off last. So there you have it. Everything works. It's all programmed. All we have left to do is tighten up and tuck these wires away so we can put the receiver box cover back on. Little zip tie, and we'll have that all nice and neat. So before I sign off our week 2 video, we've got a little sneak peek on the body as promised. So I got it right here. Let me bring it in camera. It's a 1966 Mustang hardtop. Of course, it's clear. We will show you guys and gals next week how to paint these. Comes with stripes and all the little decals that go around the window and stickers that simulate door handles and headlights and all that. We will not be painting ours blue, and we will not be using the stripes. So there's a few more hints for you. And you can see those wheels that are on there. That's exactly what we're using. The HPI Racing matte silver finish vintage 5-spoke. Now we're going to be painting the centers. There's another little tip for you. We're painting the centers so they won't be all silver. So if you're feeling adventurous, hop on Mustang360.com, scroll through our past project cars, and see if you think you can figure out what I'm building. Feel free to leave comments on our Facebook page what you think we're building, and tune in next week for week 3's video where we will put this body on, paint it, put the wheels and tires on, and present to you a finished Mustang. Till then, take care.